Hello and welcome back to Attingham Park for episode number 4. So, today we are going to go seeding our arable field. I'm planning on seeding it with oats, as you can probably see. Um, so that's going to be the task for today. Hopefully, we'll get it all drilled and whatnot, possibly fertilized. We will have to see, but certainly I'm hoping to get this field completely seeded today. Um, as you can probably see as well, I'm going to try and put tram lines in on this field with Proceed, so we'll see how that goes. Obviously, the sprayer is 24 meters, so that's what we've got it set to as it stands at the moment. So let's have a look then. So we've got seed right and everything. Yeah. So crop center, I don't think I need to turn on for the moment. But yeah, I want to try and get this obviously pretty accurate. So I think we are seeding. That seeded it. Just ever so slightly. A bit different texture wise, so it's not gonna be the easiest to see in terms of where we've seeded. So we have to keep a really close eye um on where we've been. I think that's one of the things I think they could, do with updating in Farm Sim is, that seeding texture. I mean, you can slightly see it, but it is very difficult. And I think, it just wants to go that perhaps a bit, maybe a bit darker, or just so you can just, see. It's quite, I think it is still quite realistic in terms of, how it looks, but just for, the game purpose, playing the game, it is quite difficult to see. So, but yeah, so we've got to do. I think we're going to do 4 passes, or at least as many to the point when we get a actual tram line around the headland, and then that's when we'll probably look at going up and down the field. So that's what we're going to do. I've had a go before with Proceed on Calmston Farm, putting tram lines in, and seemed to get on quite well with it. So because obviously it's quite a small field this, and it's not the what's it the best of shape fields. It's quite an odd shaped field this, so but we'll see how we get on. We'll see how we go on with seeding it. I'll try and obviously put tram lines in if I can, but if it becomes too difficult, then it'll just be one of those things where we won't be able to. So, but I definitely think it adds a lot of realism to the game if your arable fields have got tram lines. So I'd definitely like to implement them if I can do so. Right, so I've put the tram lines in as best as I possibly could do. Like I say, it is a quite an odd shaped field, and I think in real life you probably wouldn't grow arable on a field like this, or I don't think you certainly wouldn't put tram lines, I don't think, in it. But for the purposes of it, it's one of those where I want to improve the yield and everything on the field. I want the yield to be as best as it possibly can be. So that's why we are putting tram lines in. I'm going to set GPS up just to straighten this line up, like so. Yeah, it's not been the easiest to put tram lines in on this field. That's for sure. But I think I've done it as best as I possibly can do. So we've just sort of had to work with what we've got. Obviously, that top corner over there, you're not going to be able to get a sprayer of the size we've got into it. It's just you'd never do it. You'd never do it in real life. So it's going to be one of those where if we get weeds in that corner, it's we're just going to have to let them grow, unfortunately. So it's just one of those factors. I mean, I might look at possibly getting a what's called it, a weeder. That's something we might possibly look at getting. But yeah, it's like these little corner bits. It is very, very difficult to do tram lines on this field. So, which is why I say, so previously that we will most likely turn this into a grass field and we'll graze cattle on it. Is what I'm planning to do. So it's yeah, it's one of those. So, but we're making do. We're making do with what we've got. So there we go around here. So I'll probably do for the headlands. Obviously, there's not much really left of the field, but so we've obviously got, this is our third. We're trying to set this up properly now. It's first time I've used ProSeed with a seed drill this small as well. So hopefully it hopefully it does it right. So I'm trying to think. So that's 6, 12. I think we'd probably need tram lines on this bit. I'm thinking. We'll go back to manual. I think I'll put tram lines on this bit. Like so. I think it's gonna be an upgrade we need to get a better seeder. So we could just do with better fields overall to be honest. This is 6. Obviously the spray is 12 meters, sorry, 24 meters. You can have a 12-meter width on either side of that tram line. So you want to do 2 passes, and then on the third one is when you put your tram lines in again. Is how I'm doing it. I'm having to do it manually. Obviously, when you get a bigger field and a better seeder and whatnot, you can do it more automatically as opposed to how I'm doing it now. But yeah, we do this pass, and then the third one we will put tram lines in like so. Probably it's not the best, it's not the worst. I don't think how it's come out, so I think it'll be all right. But I mean, if anyone's got any ideas how we could have better seeded the field, then definitely give your suggestions in the comments down below. We like a bit of constructive criticism, so yeah, let me know how you guys would have done it. I know a lot of people who like to play the game realistically, but don't still do tram lines. So it's not a common thing you still see in farming simulators. People putting tram lines in their field. So, but yeah, what I'll probably do next is roll the field. And then if we've got time, we'll fertilize it as well. So we've got the whole lot done in one day. I think I can probably get away with that being the last tram line up and down. I think we'll probably on the headlands we'll be able to get this middle bit. So we'll go like that. And there we go. That is our field all drilled, ready for next year. So if I turn all this off, we take a quick look at our field now. It's come out all right, I think. I think overall it seems to be okay, so which is good. Obviously, we've got to put nitrogen on it. pH is good, you know, it's on the green, so I'm happy with that. So yeah, what we'll do is we're going to put this all back in the shed, and then we'll hook up our rolls and we'll roll the field. Right, so we've got the rolls all hooked up, ready to go. This should be easier now to see where we've been, because it should turn this field into this sort of texture here. So this will be quite a satisfying job. This will be. We won't lose the tram lines either, because obviously we haven't seeded that, so nothing will grow on them tram lines. So when we roll over it, it won't do anything. It won't get rid of the tram lines or anything like that. So that's not a problem. But yeah, we'll get this all rolled. We're doing well for time, so we'll probably look at getting this fertilized as well with nitrogen. And yeah, that'd be a good lot of work done on this field today. So I've done a couple of headlands. Not much left of the field now, so yeah, it's quite satisfying rolling when you've got a field which has got sort of this chopped straw texture, and then you roll it to this rolled state. So it is quite satisfying. It's quite a nice chill job to do. So, but yeah, that has rolled up quite nicely. Get these bits now, and then yeah, we'll come and fertilize it. Let's call it. We'll come and fertilize it with nitrogen. We'll probably have enough, I'd have thought, in the fert spreader to do this field. Because obviously it'll take more fertilizer per hectare than the grass fields, but it's not a very big field. You know, this is smaller than some of our grass fields. So, but a lot of you would probably be wondering why I've gone with oats. So, looking at the price per ton for oats compared to wheat and barley, oats are probably because you don't get much, you know, per hectare as you will do with barley and wheat. But I thought I'd try that anyway, because obviously with all the different processes we've done, it should yield quite well anyway. So, but yes, price per ton is a lot more than wheat and barley, and obviously we need the straw for our cattle. So, out of the three which are going to give us straw, that seemed the best option to plant on that field. So I thought, you know, we'll give it a go anyway. It might, you know, work out where even if it's more per ton, you know, we still don't get as much as we would do with wheat or barley, and it, you know, we're probably not that much better off. But I thought I'd, you know, give it a go anyway, and see. Either way, we still need the straw, probably more so than the grain, obviously for the cattle, for the bedding. So, you know, either way, it was, you know, it's going to be one of those three crops. So, but yeah, we'll park this back in this shed just here, and then we'll go and get the fert spreader put on. Probably should put the weight on this as well back on. Like so. I think there was about 65% left in the fert spreader, so fingers crossed that should be enough. If not, we can always top it up again. That's not a problem. There we go. Put that all up. 45%. We'll have a go with it. We'll see. Probably end up going to regret it, but we'll give it a go anyway and see how we get on. It doesn't look like we're going to need too much nitrogen. 100 kilos per hectare. So fingers crossed we'll have enough for this field. Probably be helpful if I didn't miss loads of bits as well. There we go. But yeah, I don't think in real life you'd probably grow an arable crop on this field per se. Just with the size of it, the odd shape of it, you know, it's got a stream there as well, little pond. I think you'd probably more have this as a livestock field. It definitely seems more suited to having it as a livestock field as opposed to a crop field. But obviously, at the moment, with how what fields we've got and how the farm's set up, we've got to make do and have this as an arable field. I could probably convert one of the grass fields into a into an arable field, but you know, you've got to remember that we need a lot of silage, a lot of hay as well, um, to feed the cows. So you know, straw, we sometimes get a bit left over from contracts and whatnot, things like that. So I can, you know, always get a bit more straw. That's not a problem. There we go, get this bit. I think we could just have enough just to do this field. I think with the soil it is and the crop, it doesn't need a massive amount of fertilizer, so which is good. That benefits us. Means more profit margin when we come to sell the crop. There we go, and we can get this in one final swoop. There we go, lovely job. So that is that field now, all ready for next year. Obviously, we will have to keep an eye on things like weeds and whatnot. If we get young weeds, I'll probably look at maybe getting a weeder, so then we don't have to spend the cost of herbicide. But yeah, obviously, if we get big, you know, more older but bigger weeds grow quite suddenly, then we'll have to get the sprayer out. But that's why I put the tram lines in as well as them being you know, they look quite realistic aesthetically. We can practically use them as well, which is, you know, really, really good. But yeah, that is going to be the episode for today. I hope you have enjoyed watching. As always, if you have, please hit the like button. And yeah, subscribe if you are new to the channel as well. And I will hopefully see you in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Bye, guys.